An extract from Malathi, written and read by Ramya Julian. Anbukudi, 1969. Prasad did not understand why his mother felt marriage was a solution to his problems. He inserted an index finger into the collar of his silk shirt, loosening it with an angry tug. The place was sweltering, and there were at least 20 people staring at him. He recognized none of them except Malathi's parents. Why on earth would his mother suppose he'd agree to marry Malathi? What did she expect? That he'd take one look at the girl and fall violently in love? He looked around the small living room, troubling little to hide his ire. The garish upholstery on the sofas was worn, the laminate had peeled in places, and the walls looked like someone had whitewashed them in a hurry. He could even see the lines of the brush strokes. In a vain attempt to hide the general shabbiness, shawls patterned with gaudy gilt had been draped over the sofas, the backs of chairs, and one even served as a tablecloth for the low-lying tea table. His mother sat behind him, wearing a dark green silk sari and as many jewels as she could in her attempt to walk the tightrope between appearing rich and not seeming vulgar. Her usually merry face looked as solemn as it could. His elder brother and his very pregnant sister-in-law sat on a bench. Prasad's younger sister Leela sat across. She raised her eyebrows with a smile when their eyes met, which Prasad returned with a glower, which only made her smile widen. He turned towards the people surrounding them. Dressed in saris and veshtis that had definitely seen better days, their stares relaxed into simpering smiles whenever their eyes met his. He returned these smiles as best as he could, considering how irritated he was. His feeble attempts at social niceties must have scared them because they commented in audible whispers, "Mapla morekraru, the groom is glaring," and did not even have the courtesy to hide their alarm. However, having forgotten to eat lunch, Prasad's gaze was most drawn to the groaning table piled with sweets and savories. He hoped his rumbling stomach wasn't too loud. His morning clinic had overrun, and he had gotten home only at 4, when his mother had flung the amber-colored silk shirt at him in vexation. He would put an end to all charades like this once and for all with his behavior today. "Do have some. Malathi and her sisters have been busy since morning," one of the aunts said, noticing his gaze roving over the vades and bhajis and murukku. Prasad took one formally, confident he would be urged to partake of more. He took a large, satisfying bite of a crispy valaka bhaji, spicy batter-fried raw plantain. Soon hunger had him consuming the snacks with a rapidity that countermanded conventional civility. His mother nudged him, but he ignored her. He was still angry with her, and when Prasad got angry, it took him ages to calm down. And that, he felt, was the bane of his existence. When she reached home from college, the first thing that alerted Malathi that all wasn't well was a cluster of sandals outside. They weren't arranged in the neat rows her mother insisted upon to the point of fanaticism. Now there were so many that they were piled in an haphazard manner, a Kolhapuri sandal on top of a white rubber slipper with blue straps, and even an incongruous pair of ladies' heel slippers, which were never worn by her mother or her sisters. They were too expensive. Before she could go inside, her younger sisters came by the side of the house and, grabbing a wrist each, dragged her back the way they came. "I won the scholarship," Malathi told them excitedly as they pulled her along the muddy side path. "I'm going to study for a master's in physics." She couldn't help the little jig of delight. "Careful, you'll slip," said Anu as the red mud squelched dangerously beneath their sandals. "That's wonderful," Dama said as she peered in through the windows of their house with quick, darting glances while ducking Malathi's head so she wouldn't be seen through them. "Why are you both acting so strange?" Malathi asked. Prasad has come to see you, Anu said. What? Who's Prasad? That doctor, Anu said. For marriage, explained Dama helpfully. Get ready, or dinner at once, her mother said, meeting Malathi at the back door. Behind her, Malathi saw her aunts going to and fro, carrying plates of snacks and drinks. Naturally, no one had time to listen to Malathi's big news. Each time she started to tell them about her scholarship, her mother demanded why she wasn't ready yet, while her father only patted her head tearfully, saying how grown up she was getting to be. But Appa, how can I marry him after one meeting? She asked finally in desperation. Admittedly, marriage was the logical next step in the series of progressions that had been her life, but now its proximity made the prospect fearsome. Her father continued, only if you get married well can we get your sisters married well. Prasad is from a good family. Malati knew what he wasn't saying. Her marrying a famous politician's son would justify her parents having defied convention to marry one another, a dominant caste maths teacher and a suppressed caste English teacher, as if middle class society would again welcome them into its fold with open arms. Malati huffed in annoyance. Besides, Prasad is the doctor who saved my life when I had a heart attack, her father said. I've inquired all around about him. I've heard nothing but good things. The artful allusion to the heart attack and the thought of the consequences of any stress upon her father had Malati acquiescing soon enough. She got ready, albeit with bad grace. But Malati could never be angry for long, and that, she felt, was the bane of her existence. Thank you.